Hey, everybody. Mayor Alan Weber from the mayor's office on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. Santa Fe, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for making our city come out of COVID so well, so strong, so united. Let me give you a few COVID updates. We continue to see a few cases, 3, 4 a day. Over the weekend, there were about 8. So that was an average about 3 or 4 a day. It's people who have not been vaccinated who are getting sick. So please, if you're not vaccinated, if your family or friends, coworkers aren't vaccinated, there's still time. There's still vaccine. We know that the so-called Delta variant is around and is really affecting people very significantly. Apparently, it's very easy to contract it. All it takes is a little bit of shared airspace and you can come down with it if you're not vaccinated. But if you are vaccinated, the vaccine works. So please take the time. Now's the time. Get vaccinated. The rest of us, stay safe. If you want to continue to wear your mask when you go out, it does no harm. It just adds another layer of protection. We are all making great progress, and we're close to being able to say that here in Santa Fe and Santa Fe County, thanks to collaboration, cooperation, great work from our essential workers, our docs, our nurses, all of our frontline employees, teachers who've made it through, police, fire, pharmacy people. Boy, we're coming through strong. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But I also want to point out some other things that you ought to be aware of that you ought to have on your calendar. First of all, tomorrow we have a city council meeting. Governing body will be convening around 4 o'clock. The agenda is posted on the city's website. It'll be another hybrid meeting. So we will be live and in the council chambers, but we'll be dealing with matters that you can tune into by a hybrid link into the meeting of the governing body. Please do join us. It's always good when you keep your own tabs on your elected officials, see how we do your business, and comment on ways we could do a better job. We're looking for your advice and your guidance. Community engagement is really the hallmark of our community. So please join us tomorrow afternoon. We're coming up to the 4th of July, very exciting, hopefully dry festivities. Once again, the Kiwanis folks are able to put on a great fireworks show, weather permitting. And the fireworks show that they'll be putting on is, instead of each one of us having our own fireworks. It's been very dry. And even with the little blessing of rain we've gotten recently, we still have a lot of dry conditions out there. So don't take fireworks into your own home, into your own yard, into your own neighborhood. Let this fireworks show on the 4th be a grand community celebration. Leave your own fireworks to one side. There'll also be a great car show on the plaza on the 4th of July. Our friend Buddy Roybal and his buddies who have cars that are classic vehicles will be on display as a celebration here on the plaza. Very fun way to celebrate the 4th of July. We just had a great celebration on the plaza. I want to give a round of applause to everyone who came to the Pride Parade. It was a celebration of diversity and unity. Everybody together, dancing, celebrating. The Congresswoman Teresa Fernandez Leger was there, did a great speech, gave a great testimony to how much we all care about each other here in Santa Fe. And we also had music. We had police officers dancing on the plaza. People from all parts of our community came out after the parade as part of the celebration. And the folks who organized it deserve a great deal of credit. And everybody who came and enjoyed the day, it was a terrific celebration. So let's keep that spirit going. That's the spirit of unity, the spirit of happy celebration for coming out of COVID. There was an interesting article I read in the paper today about priorities for Santa Fe. And the number one priority, not surprising, was housing. We need more housing of all kinds. We need affordable housing. That's why we put $6 million into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund to help at the part of the market where you just can't build that housing at a market rate. You've got to subsidize it. You've got to support it. There's actually an item coming forward to the city council for us to put onto the market a tract of land that the city has owned for a decade or more. And it's a great site for some lower cost housing, housing that's affordable. We want to put it out into the market and address that part of the city that needs help with affordable housing. There's more affordable housing on its way with Tierra Contenta Phase 3. If and when we finally sell the Santa Fe Estates property, that already has an increment of affordable housing planned on that development. But in the meantime, I thought I would look at some data about our permits that the city has issued for housing in general. Because one way we make housing more affordable, of course, is to permit more construction, which then reduces the market rate of housing in Santa Fe. It meets the very enormous demand we have for housing by increasing the supply. So if you look at a chart, and we'll put this up on another website, the city's website, or my own Facebook page. If you look at a chart between 2008 and 2017, the city permitted around a couple thousand units of housing, a little bit less. Between 2018 and 2020, we permitted 681 units, 886 units, and then in 2020, 980 units. So that is well above 2,000 units in just 3 years. We have another 4,000 to 5,000 units in the pipeline. So by the time the next 3 years are up, a whole total of 6 years, we will probably have seen something like 6,000 new units of housing built in Santa Fe. At the same time, we require there to be careful planning for water, for sustainability. We have a green building code for single family homes. And right now in our land use department, there's a proposal to build, propose and adopt a green building code for our multifamily housing developments. So we are going green, conserving water, planning 40 and 80 years worth of water planning in the out years, looking at more and more conservation techniques, water harvesting. We're looking at ways to incentivize more people as they build their houses or as they go into commercial units like hotels that use a lot of water, restaurants that use a lot of water. We want strong conservation measures in all of those developments. In the meantime, on the supply side, $6 million in the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, plus 2,400 units of housing permitted in just the last 3 years, another 4,000 to 5,000 in the pipeline right now. None of that counts the opportunity at Tierra Contenta Phase 3 or other developments that we know are going forward. We're seeing adaptable reuse of some of our shopping centers where there are lots and lots of acres of parking lot. More and more developers are saying, I don't need all that parking lot. I need multi-use, which means adding housing to the mix where there was previously just a shopping center. So lots of good news on the number one priority in Santa Fe, housing and affordable housing across every part of our spectrum. Now, the other piece of good news I wanted to chat with you about briefly is the incredible economic rebound we're seeing right now in Santa Fe. We all know the last year and a half because of COVID was very difficult. We had hotels shut down, restaurants shut down, our favorite mom and pop stores were closed. There was money, of course, that the city and the county tried to pass along to help people make it through COVID, We extended some very clever and entrepreneurial outreach to our restaurants so they could have tents or off-site on the sidewalk tables so they could work with outdoor dining, all designed to help keep our really valued, cherished mom and pop stores, restaurants, hotels, all of our enterprises going until we came through COVID. Well, now we're coming through COVID, and the economic velocity is unbelievably strong across every sector. We're seeing the rebound, the rebuild, the rebalance of our economy. Our April gross receipts tax coming out of COVID was the third highest gross receipts tax that we know about. In every part of our economy, the economy is coming back strong, rapid, powerful, a very, very important rebound for our economy. It's all parts of our economy. Tourists are back. Meow Wolf is booked up. Bowling alleys are busy. Restaurants are busy. Hotels are busy. Our retail outlets are filled with shoppers. It's really good to see Santa Fe flourishing and thriving after we had to be so cautious, so careful, and so safe for a year and a half. Now we're safe and open, and the economy is booming. Here's what it means. There are jobs and more jobs and more jobs out there for people who are looking for work. In the old days, before COVID, the biggest thing I heard as mayor was, we need more jobs in Santa Fe. We need to produce more opportunities for employment of all kinds. Our kids want to stay here. They need jobs. Our families need choices of how they can get a good living, a good paycheck with benefits, with some certainty, with some security built into those jobs. Well, COVID came and the jobs went away because of safety. But now, coming out of COVID, because of the vaccination rate here in Santa Fe, the jobs are back stronger than ever before, stronger than before COVID. There are more opportunities for employment than ever before. The city is advertising for jobs. The county has jobs. The state is hiring. Private companies are hiring. I've heard from a number of our hotel operators. Their vacancy rate is very low for guests, but they need more people to work in the hotels. Same with restaurants. They'd be open longer, offering more choices for their guests if only they could hire more people. So if you are looking for a job, now's the time to go find one. If you have a family member who would love to be employed, there are jobs out there. If you have a high school or college student who's looking for a summer job, these are good jobs for the summer. They will build character. They will put money into the family's bank account. They will teach good work habits. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Now, there's an old saying, the best social program in America is a good job. And that's because a good job teaches you all the good habits that you need for your life, for the rest of your life. Plus, it provides economic security and a chance to really contribute to the community. So if you are looking for a job, if you have a family member who wants a job, we are seeing the economy boom, and there are jobs, and even more jobs than we've ever seen before. There is nothing like the recovery we are having right now. And if the federal government passes the new infrastructure bill that the president appears to have negotiated with the Senate, there'll be more money here for construction jobs. We'll have infrastructure jobs. We'll be able to put people to work in all kinds of good, sound service jobs, blue-collar labor jobs, office jobs, you name it. The economy will continue to boom right here in Santa Fe and in northern New Mexico, a huge growth of employment. So that's about it for today. I wanted to talk to you about where we are with COVID. We're doing well. Vaccinations still make all the difference in the world. Remember, there's a city council meeting coming up on Wednesday. Remember, if you have not been vaccinated, please get that shot now. It's still time. You can save your own health, your family's health, protect everybody in our community by continuing to get vaccinated. And finally, take a look at our housing market. It is really growing. We're doing everything we can for affordability as well as for all kinds of different choices. The first house you could ever buy, the first apartment you could rent. If you're downsizing as a senior and you want a smaller apartment, we're building those in Santa Fe. And we're looking after water and sustainability, green building at the same time. Finally, this is the time to get a job. Jobs are plentiful. The work is good. The paychecks are real. The benefits are sound. Some hotels and restaurants are offering signing bonuses. We're about to offer for police officers who want to make a lateral transfer into the Santa Fe Police Department. We're offering $15,000 signing bonuses. And just yesterday, I went out to our police department to see 3 people promoted to the rank of detective. We are growing, building, and hiring across the board right here in Santa Fe. As we come out of COVID, the economy is booming. Our community is celebrating. We're going to have a great 4th of July. After that, the Fuego will be hosting the All-Star game at Fort Marcy on the 11th. So lots of good things to look forward to coming up. The folk art market, the Indian market, the Spanish market, all kinds of celebrations. So stay healthy, stay safe, look after yourself, look after your family, look after our community. Together, as we come out of COVID, we will all look after, take care of, show our love for the city of Santa Fe. We are so blessed to live here. Let's make this summer a summer of celebration, a summer of unity, a summer of coming together and healing. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'll see you later, the end of this week. Talk to you then. Bye.